We have a brand new game from the makers of Neo, Ninja Gaiden, and Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Yes, I'm talking about Rise of the Ronin, Team Ninja's new open-world action RPG that is set to release on the 22nd of March, exclusively on the PlayStation 5. It is stacked with so much content and for the first time, an easy difficulty mode. It should appeal to just about everyone, whether you're playing for the challenge or simply for the story and exploration. Still not convinced? Fine. Here's 5 reasons why you should get hyped about Rise of the Ronin. The open world is by far the most unexpected aspect of this game, given Team Ninja's legacy. Rise of the Ronin is set in late 19th century Japan and features historic cities being Edo, which is basically Tokyo, Yokohama, and Kyoto, all of which are open to exploration by you. Traversed by foot, a mount, a glider, and even a grappling hook. You'll be making decisive choices in a war that ended the rule of the shogunate in Japan. This means siding with certain NPCs based on historical figures from this time period to alter the outcome of the story. Now, this might be a staple in RPGs, but there's something really cool about being able to side with a particular faction in a war as a lone Ronin. If there's one thing you can expect Team Ninja to get right, it's combat. You need a refresher? Rise of the Ronin features a full-fledged stance break system where parrying gets you closer to landing a big hit on your enemies. If you don't already know, this back and forth in combat makes for very engaging fights, especially when it comes to bosses. I'd also like to point out how fights are more grounded, and I expect some really good bosses like Lubu from Wulong. If you've played that game, you know how hard that fight slaps. There is also a stealth system in this game which gives you additional options to approach combat. Knowing Team Ninja, all this will be delivered in kadak 60 FPS. The weapons in this game are true to the time this game is set in. Aside from traditional Japanese swords like katanas and spears, you also have access to a bunch of firearms that were introduced to Japan from westernization during the Bakumatsu period. For example, a flamethrower created by Igashichi to scorch your enemies, and other firearms like pistols, among other things. Going loud doesn't cut it? Take them down silently using shurikens or a faithful bow and arrow. This game has so much diversity with how you approach combat. Like I mentioned before, previous Team Ninja games were quite hard. Okay, who am I kidding? They were tough as nails and have often been compared to Souls-likes. With Rise of the Ronin, you can tweak the difficulty in the game so you don't need to worry about being crushed by the challenge, if that's something you don't enjoy. To add to that, you even have 4-player co-op, and while that makes combat easier-ish, it also makes exploring the world a lot of fun. Game's looking fire, right? You can pre-order digitally now on the PSN store. Or if you're an old school kind of guy, you can pick your copy up from Amazon, Flipkart, Sony Center, and other participating retailers.